You know, dealing with poor people is such a waste of time. I'll only bother with you if I have time left over.
He laughed and made a shooing gesture, sending us away. Even I, who usually tries to be kind to others, had reached my breaking point. Then my son, who had been listening to the conversation, said to me loudly enough for Michael to hear,
I wonder if I withdraw the 1 billion yen I have deposited, can I shut this place down? Haha.
My name is Susan Parker, a 67-year-old housewife. Lately, my husband George and I have been enjoying leisurely afternoons at cafes. George is 2 years younger than me and has just recently retired.
I've been so focused on work that I don't know what to do with my free time now.
So I took my husband out to explore various shops. We both love coffee, and we'd always wanted to go on a cafe tour. George didn't complain about my cafe hopping idea and even seemed to become more and more interested in it.
Hey, let's try this cafe next time,
George said, while glued to the screen watching a TV show featuring cafes. Eventually, he started making coffee himself, and our home became filled with the delicious aroma of coffee brewed by him.
Dad's coffee's really good. Uh-huh, I told you, it's all about the beans.
When our son James came home for a visit, George served him coffee, and James expressed his appreciation while savoring it. James is now 38 years old and has been independent for a long time, occasionally coming home and sharing interesting work stories.
Are you and Dad doing well? No changes?
Yes, we're the same as always.
That's good to hear, but you're getting older, so take care of yourselves. Don't underestimate us just yet, even at retirement age. We're still going strong. Dad, you really are full of energy.
Spending such peaceful and carefree time with my husband and son makes me very happy. Looking back, my husband and I rarely fought, and I don't think our son ever went through a rebellious phase. My husband and I met during our college days. We were in the same department and saw each other often in class. Eventually, he asked me out, and we started dating. Being with him always made me feel calm and truly happy. Our relationship continued even after we both started working, and a few years later, we got married. Our married life was also full of happiness. For the first few years after we got married, we thought we might not be able to have children. But then our son was born. Our newborn son was so cute and looked just like an angel. I remember my husband being overjoyed when he held our child for the first time. Since then, the three of us have lived happily together. Our son grew up to be a kind and good-hearted person. Although my husband and I both worked, and might have made him feel lonely at times, I think he grew up without any real trouble in his teen years.
Mom, Dad, there's something I want to do. I have a favor to ask.
Our son decided on his path early and pursued it with determination. We supported him wholeheartedly. Watching him achieve his dreams and goals was cool, and we felt proud as parents. Even after becoming an adult, he always cared about us, taking us on trips and to fancy restaurants. As we got older and more emotional, my husband and I would cry and thank him, only to be laughed at for being dramatic. Later, our son married a wonderful woman. My husband and I were overjoyed by their marriage.
I have a kind wife who always supports me in my busy work life. That's why I want to work hard to protect our family.
Our daughter-in-law has a lovely smile and a gentle personality, perfect for our ambitious son. The couple continued to visit us regularly, and we always enjoyed our time together. However, my husband recently began having health problems. As our son had warned, we needed to take care of ourselves, so we went to the hospital together. There, we received shocking news from the doctor.
It's terminal cancer. You have about a year left to live.
Both my husband and I were stunned. We had planned to spend lots of leisurely time together as a couple. We even talked about opening a small cafe at our own pace. We despaired at the reality we faced.
I can't believe it. Dad has cancer?
Our son was also deeply shocked by the situation.
We don't have children yet, and I was just thinking about showing you your grandchild soon.
We were heartbroken, but we knew the hardest part was for my husband himself. He was hospitalized and began cancer treatment. How is the treatment going? Is it painful?
I'm fine. I might even beat cancer if I keep going like this, right? Haha.
He's trying to act strong, but the treatment must be incredibly tough. His face has become gaunt, and his body is getting thinner.
Susan, I'm sorry I might leave you behind and die first.
What are you talking about? You still have more than half a year left, according to your doctor. We never know, you might live even longer. We have to keep our hopes up and stay positive.
Yeah, but I just wanted to apologize in advance. I could pass away at any moment now.
Don't say that. My husband seemed to be feeling quite weak mentally.
I see, so Dad is feeling like that.
Our son wanted to do something for his father who was feeling weak.
I want to grant Dad's wish, before he's unable to go out anymore.
Yeah, let's ask him about it. Encouraged by our son, I asked my husband indirectly, if you could go out right now, where would you like to go? We probably can't get permission for an overnight stay, but maybe we can go out for a short time.
Oh, I know. There's a hot spring a few hours from here by car.
A hot spring?
There's a cafe nearby that serves delicious coffee.
Oh, really? I couldn't help but smile. My husband really loved coffee and cafes. Let's go to the hot spring and have some delicious coffee. When I said that, my husband looked delighted.
I hope the doctor will give us permission.
Afterward, I asked the doctor if we could get permission for a brief outing. The doctor agreed, saying that my husband's condition was stable for now. So we went on a family trip for the first time in a while. It was only a day trip, but it was wonderful to go out together as a family. Our son drove the car, and the four of us, my husband, our son, and his wife, headed to the hot spring and cafe. The large outdoor bath at the hot spring had a great view, and the weather was perfect, making it an amazing experience. At the cafe, we heard that the men's bath also had a fantastic view and was a wondrous hot spring. We finally had the coffee we'd been looking forward to, and it was so delicious that it moved us.
I'm glad we could all enjoy this delicious coffee together. Thank you so much. I'll do my best in my treatment from now on.
My husband said this to us with a gentle smile. I thought it was good to bring them here when I saw both my son and husband happy. And then, 1 week later, my husband's condition suddenly worsened, and he passed on to the next world. Why did you pass away so soon? I was so sad that I couldn't help it. Even though he had endured such painful cancer treatments and had become well enough to get permission to go out, our son couldn't stop his tears either. We were so down that we were useless, so our daughter-in-law took care of arranging and preparing the funeral for us. I'm really grateful because I think we wouldn't have been able to hold the funeral properly without her, and we were able to send off my husband safely. Many people attended the funeral, and it was clear that my husband was well loved. He often said he wanted to open a cafe with his wife recently. Yes, that's right. He was also very enthusiastic about studying how to brew coffee, the types of beans and roasting. As I talked with the people who attended the funeral, I remembered the days when my husband was happy to brew coffee, and tears welled up again. And then, I wanted to fulfill our dream together with my husband.
Mom, you're going to open a cafe?
After the funeral settled down, my son and his wife visited our house. Yes, I want to make your father's dream come true.
I think it's a great idea. I'll support you with all my strength if there's anything I can do.
Thank you. I don't know the first thing about business, so I'm really grateful for your cooperation. And so I asked my son to come with me, and we went to consult with the local credit union about financing. It was so crowded in the morning. My son and I sat on the sofa with our waiting numbers and waited for our turn. And after about an hour of waiting, we went to the counter.
Welcome, please have a seat.
The bank teller who greeted us sat down and was named Michael.
What can I help you with today?
Well, I'm thinking of opening a cafe soon. I came to talk about financing.
Financing, you say?
As soon as I said that, Michael's face suddenly turned stern.
In order to hear your story in detail, we will also conduct an interview. Can you please wait on the sofa until we're ready? We'll call you when we're ready.
Understood. Although I was worried about why his face had become so stern, I returned to the sofa as I was told and waited with my son for our turn. However, even though we waited and waited, There was no sign of being called. Before we knew it, 3 hours had passed. People who arrived later than us were being called, and we thought it was strange. That bank clerk named Michael is attending to other customers as if he has forgotten about us. I thought I should call out to him. The moment Michael finished with a customer, I hurried over to him. "Excuse me, I've been waiting for a while now. When can we have a meeting about the loan?"
Are you still here?
Huh? What do you mean?
There's no way we can lend money for a cafe or any shop run by an old person like you, right? You're not even wearing brand name clothes, and you don't look rich at all, do you? It's a waste of time dealing with poor people. I'll help you if I have time left at the end.
Saying so, Michael laughed and made a shooing gesture at us. That's unbelievable. I, who usually live by being kind to others, reached my limit of patience.
What's wrong, Mom?
My son returned from the restroom just as Michael said those things to me. I was so angry that I told my son what had happened. Upon hearing the story, my son said in a loud voice so Michael could hear,
If I withdraw the 1 billion yen I deposited, I wonder, can I shut this place down? What?
Michael looked puzzled at my son's remark.
Sir, if you're going to cause a disturbance, please leave, as it's bothering other customers.
I can't believe the nerve of this Michael to say such a thing to my son. And my son said,
I just moved my business deposit to this bank recently, but I guess that was a mistake. Call the branch manager because I can't talk to you. Stop it. I'll sue you for obstructing business.
Michael refused my son's business and snapped back. It seems even my son had reached his limit of patience.
Then I'll call directly.
My son said so and made a phone call somewhere. Then the branch manager came running out of a back room in the bank.
Mr. Johnson, what happened?
Seeing the manager rush over and speak to my son, Michael's eyes widened in surprise.
Branch manager, what's going on with this bank? This Michael clerk made my mother wait for over 3 hours, calling her a poor person and tried to send her away. What? Michael, what the hell are you doing? Mr. Johnson, could you please come to the reception room? Let me apologize.
We decided to follow the branch manager as it seemed we were causing a disturbance to other customers. When we arrived at the reception room, the branch manager prostrated himself and apologized.
I'm truly sorry about this. Michael just transferred from another bank. We also didn't have a deep relationship with you yet, and our other staff members were too busy to notice. It's fine, manager. I'm not asking you to be treated specially. I just want you to take proper action regarding how he treated my mother and judged her based on her appearance. Of course. Michael, hurry up and apologize. This person is the owner, chef of a famous restaurant. They just opened a new store in this area and deposited 1 billion yen in our branch. Huh?
Told by the branch manager, Michael turned pale and prostrated himself to apologize.
I'm so sorry. Michael, have you always treated customers differently based on your own judgment? If so, you're disqualified as a bank employee, or even someone in the service industry. At the very least, we don't want to do any transactions here anymore. No, I mean... Mr. Johnson, could you please reconsider?
The branch manager pleaded with my son.
Unfortunately, we can't trust this bank as it is. Show your sincerity and then we can talk. If you can't do that, I'll withdraw all of my deposits by the end of this month.
My son said so and took me out of the bank. A week later, the branch manager called my son. According to the conversation, the bank conducted a detailed investigation on Michael and found that he had been turning away customers who came for loans based on his own judgment. Moreover, it was revealed that he had also embezzled the bank's money. Of course, Michael was fired. The branch manager called my son several times to apologize and propose various favorable terms for my loan. My son felt the manager's sincerity and decided not to withdraw the deposits. Thanks to the manager's proposal, I was able to receive a loan at a very good rate. The preparation for opening my store went smoothly, and I finally opened it. Initially, I had planned to open a coffee shop, but my daughter-in-law had a nutritionist certification. So we decided to open a cafe with healthy and nutritious menus together. Of course, we inherited my husband's passion for coffee and offered delicious coffee as well. My son, also supported the store from behind the scenes, and thanks to him, I was able to stock famous coffee beans. The store is thriving, thankfully, and has become popular among female customers for its delicious coffee and food. I don't know how much longer I can work, but I'll do my best to run the cafe for my husband's sake as well. Narrator's thoughts. Do bank employees like this still exist nowadays? It's the worst to blatantly change your attitude depending on the customer. And there's no redemption for embezzling money. I'm glad the protagonist was able to open the store safely. I thought the son was very cool. Please continue to live a fun life, working hard at the store, and maintaining a good family relationship. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like, please subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.